Okay, for those of you who have been waiting and waiting for me to get back to my wrestling stuff, here it is, guys. I know I just did I'm glad to be back on my wrestling stuff. I just filmed a video where I recommended some wrestling DVDs. I know they're all TNA based, but if people comment in the description for that video for me to recommend some WWE ones, I will. Okay? If there is enough comments of me saying, Magpie, recommend some WWE ones. Hashtag Magpie needs to recommend WWE DVDs. I will do so. If there are enough comments. Okay, guys? But we're not hitting WWE right now. We're back with Bookahoo. So, yeah, I am glad to be back with Bookahoo. Anyway, I can't believe that I left you guys hanging for this long before Uncensored, because Uncensored is a pretty big deal because some guys go away, some new guys come in after it. So, let's get with that, shall we? Okay, we're doing the Artist versus Psychosis. And in the Artist's corner is Paisley, who becomes Mrs. Booker T. And when I say Booker Who, I'm not talking about Booker T. And in Psychosis' corner, we got Juventud. Someone I do like as a wrestler, but not so much as a person. But yeah, I believe, yeah, I'm pretty sure we do. Yes, we do. We have the Artist win that one. It's pretty surprising. But don't worry. I know people weren't a fan of him, but yeah. He wins. And then we go to the Hardcore title, which is Terry Funk versus Bam! Bam! Bigalow. And Bam Bam loses here. The old man, Terry Funk, managed to get away with a victory there. I can't do a Texas accent, sorry. But yeah, he gets away there. He keeps holding that belt and just can't get him to drop it. Not yet, at least. And then we go into Harlem Heat 2000 in one of their last appearances. Because, yeah, as people know, Stevie went away after this, but Booker T, he's been looking for a tag team partner. Well, what tag team partner is? Tank Abbott. Now, yeah, going into this pay-per-view, I would not reveal Tank Abbott was the partner. I would not reveal that at all. I'd wait until now to reveal that he's his partner. So, but Booker T manages to get the win. Tank's just there essentially because I needed a tough guy in Booker T's corner, and I think Tank serves that purpose. I don't think he's a world champion. To be honest, I think Shamrock was a better wrestler. So yeah, and even he didn't win. He had that pretty lengthy run there for quite a while. He had one of the longest Intercontinental title reigns for quite a while. So yeah. And then we go to our US title dog collar match. Rick Steiner versus Dustin Rhodes. And yeah. Rick Steiner holds onto that belt for a little while longer. So he holds onto that belt. And then we go into the tag team title scene, which is a four-way. The Mamalukes versus, which is Johnny the Bull and Vito, versus the Harris Brothers, the Filthy Animals, which is Konnan and Rey Mysterio, And Brian Knobbs and why am I saying? Fit Finlay. Sorry, I'm getting my old men mixed up. Yeah, so Konnan eliminates Brian Knobbs and Finlay. Finlay was going away at this point, so... And Knobbsy wasn't hanging around too much longer either. So he goes away. Big Vito tags in. He does some damage to Konnan. Konnan tags in Rey Mysterio. Vito eliminates Ray, thus eliminating them. And what do you know? Harris boys come in. Big H-bomb. Got new tag champs, the Harris brothers. Okay, then we go into a... Essentially, these two guys had ballets at the time, so I thought, I want to stick them together. Have a match. Just for the fuck of it. Essentially, maybe, I reckon this probably involves the girls. Maybe the girls get into a disagreement, the guys get sucked in, they have to have a match. So it's the Lex Express, which is Lex Luger and Elizabeth, taking on Diamond Dallas Page. And we have DDP win, because Lex is probably going to go away soon, so... And plus, DDP is a better wrestler anyway. Oh yeah, and I had the NWO barred from... Oh, that's the next one. Or is it that one? Whatever. Maybe the NWO barred from ringside for that one, or the next one, I can't remember. NWO barred from ringside, last man standing, Jeff... Oh yeah, it's the next one. Jeff Jarrett versus Sid Vicious. Basically, I think the way I had this come down is because Jeff Jarrett has been like weaseling his way out of matches all this time, and Kevin Nash gets pissed off at him. So he's got to show some balls. He's going to stick him in a last man standing match, and no NWO is going to help him. So yeah, Jarrett goes out there. Gets his butt whooped, essentially, but he manages to. It's I think this was the best way to end a last man standing match. One of the best ways. You have both men get down, hit the mat. Maybe it's in the ring. Maybe it's essentially they go through a table, some description. Maybe it's the announce table. Jeff Jarrett just manages to get back to his feet, and then he falls right back down. It took everything from him to do it, but he managed to beat Sid in a last man standing match. I know people are going to, but yeah, don't worry, guys. Jeff is going to get his comeuppance. I'm pretty sure after this, Sid kind of goes away. So yeah, we head into Nitro. By the way, guys, we're not going to be doing every Nitro for this, because eventually I'm going to stop, because it just takes up so much time, guys. See, I'm 8 minutes into this video already, and I still want to get the next pay-per-view done. Okay, so Hogan comes out, says, I came back to get my title, brother. I want my belt back, brother. I need my belt back, brother. I body slammed Andre the Giant, brother. He was 893 pounds, brother. But yeah, DDP comes out and says, so we hear the music of Stealth High Five. And he comes to the ring. He says, you know something, Hulkster? Last night I had a match and I beat Lex Luger. And he's a one tough guy, and he's been after that title almost as long as you, brother. But I've beaten you before, brother. So you need to get in line behind me, and eventually, I'm the Hulkster. Hogan comes out and says, I'm the Hulkster, brother. I don't get in line behind anyone, brother. I don't put anyone over, brother. And Nash comes out, hobbling or whatever, because I think he had a broken ankle at this time. He comes on the big screen and says, "Hey, both of you, we're gonna have a match tonight. The main event's gonna be DDP versus Hulk Hogan. Winner gets a title shot. Depends on who impresses me the most." So essentially, maybe it's not even who wins. So we go in there. Then we come back from commercial. We hit commercial, and we come back. 6-man tag: the Young Dragons versus 3 Count. And it's wild. It's crazy. It's a typical 6-man tag, and we have Evan get the pin on Sam. I think that's Jamie Sand. We was Jimmy not Jimmy Yang. Jamie Noble. God, we have another a match between Vampiro and Booker T. It's just a nice match to have, and I think we might see here Stevie Ray is essentially standing there all alone, arms folded, looking at Booker T, and maybe there's a little bit of a regret. We plant the seed of maybe he regrets what he's done, because we only got so much time with Stevie Ray left, and I really want to wrap that storyline up in a nice little bow. Then we have Team Package, which is Ric Flair and Lex Luger, with Miss Elizabeth taking on Sting and Terry Funk. Ric Flair manages to pin Terry Funk here. Okay? And plus, all 4 of these guys are already over, so if we put them all in a match, and we put them in the middle of the show, and we make it the first hour main event, or the 1.5 hour main event, one or two, we have a good situation here. And then we have Chris Candido coming in, people. Chris Candido was in it this time. He comes in, wham bam, or wins the belt, takes the Cruiserweight title with him. He beats the artist, and Billy Kidman to boot. He's the new champ. Number 1 contender, and then we go to the number 1 contenders match, and DDP manages to pin the Hulkster. It's that simple. Now, was that hard? Really? We got 3 hours, and we managed to get a couple of good matches in there. We wrapped up most of the storylines from there, but we go into Spring Stampede. Now, if anyone knows, this was the big reveal of the new blood. Guess what? It's here too. But we're doing it in a different way. We do it in a smarter way. We don't just reboot the company. We keep going. We're getting chugging along here, right? I would have, if I'd been given the time, this is exactly what I would have done, people. Who cares if I was only like 16 when this happened? Me now, I get in my TARDIS and I go back and do that. We open up the show. Chris Candido, he's got to beat this other big name guy in this. So he's taking on Rey Mysterio. Candido manages to get the win. Tammy distracts him. Simple stuff. No need to go overblown with this. We just do simple shit and then we can get it over. So we have Candido win. Okay, and then we go into our tag team match. We've got this new team, the Perfect Event. We got Sean Stasiak and Chuck Palumbo. Both guys we want to get over. We'll stick them in a tag team. Neither one of them are ready to really be single stars right now. Especially Sean. Chuck, I never thought was a great singles guy. I really think like his niche was to be a guy that works with another star. I think like he was great in tag teams, not so great standing on his own. Billy is outside the ring pretty much the whole time. We don't try and give this away in any way, shape or form. We don't have him like this on the thing. He comes out, low blows Konnan, throws him to the walls. They do their shit. They hit some sort of finisher. I wouldn't give him a finisher right away. Maybe it's just a simple double suplex. We don't need to go overblown with this. So they win their match. Billy gets back in, high fives the two guys, gives them high tens, raises both their arms, and he walks away with them. And we're like, what the heck is happening? We don't give it away. There's no interviews. They walk past Mean Gene Okerlund. They head to the back. All that shit. Okay? We don't give anything away. Then we go to Rick Steiner versus Booker T. Simple match. Booker T goes over, gets the win, clean. He walks away with the US belt. Essentially we're building Booker T up, and we're downsizing Rick Steiner. WCW Tag Team Titles. Similar deal. Ron and Donna Harris. They're two big guys. They're taking on the Mamalukes in a rematch. Oh. And we threw Disco Inferno in there. Okay. We have Disco take the fall here. So, essentially, they're blaming Disco for this shit. So, Disco pins him. That's it. Kurt Hennig comes back, because this was about the time Kurt was coming back. Kurt comes back. He blames Buff for him losing his job. Sort of thing. That before this all happened, maybe it was on the Thunder. After that first Nitro, Kurt comes back, or after whenever the reboot was supposed to happen. Kurt comes back. Buff's like cutting a promo on something, saying he's all this shit. He put the perfect Kurt Hennig out, and Kurt comes back, and they agree to have a match, and you know, then this happens. Billy Kidman comes out again. They're like, "What the heck's Billy doing? He's got nothing going on with either one of these guys." He strolls up. They say maybe he's got some issue with Buff. Maybe Buff was hitting on Tori, or maybe he's got some issue with Kurt. So we don't know why Billy's out there. And guess what? That's part of the thing. We don't know what's coming out. Billy distracts Kurt. Buff hits the low blow. Roll up. 1, 2, 3. Buff leaves with Billy. What the heck's going on? Then we go. This is the last appearance of Harlem Heat. Their last stand, because it was at this show. One of the last matches they had. I do this. Harlem Heat, 2000, Stevie Ray and Big T versus David Flair and Crowbar with Daphne, the sexy Daphne. And Crowbar pins Stevie Ray. That simple. Okay. Sid Vicious versus Scott Steiner. Steiner. Ref gets knocked down by Billy Kidman. The perfect event hit the ring, but with Buff, all come down, beat the shit out of Sid. He goes down, and Scott Steiner puts the Steiner recliner on. Ref manages to get up. Wham, bam, boom. Scott Steiner's got the thing going there. That's it. Sid's gone. I believe Sid's gone after this. Sorry, I wasn't 100% sure when Sid was gone, but Sid's gone after this. Then we go on to Jeff Jarrett taking on DDP. Jarrett wins after hitting a thing with a guitar, but hitting DDP with a guitar. No Kimberly turning on DDP for no apparent reason. Yeah, and that's Spring Stampede, guys. We're gone for nearly 20 minutes here. We'll come back, don't worry, with the Nitro after it. And yeah, I just gotta charge up this camera. I'll upload both of these last two videos, and yeah, we'll shoot another one. because you guys have been waiting for so long for me to get back to wrestling. I think it's only appropriate that I do that for you. So, yeah. So let me know what you think of that, guys. I think that's a pretty good, solid card. I really would like your input. I'll do the usual thing. I'll put the stuff in the description so you can follow along. Let me know if you guys want to do something like what would you like me to do after this, because I've got some stuff in the works. It's just I'm not too sure about it. So let me know after this Booker Who's finished. Where do you see Booker Who going after this? What year? What time frame? Because I want to do something else after this. So let me know.